This is Paul Arnold. I'm going to give you a brief training video on how to use Windows Movie Maker in editing. So I double click on that, on the icon. Here it comes. I add my video that I want to use. So I already have my SD card plugged into my converter and it's recognized by the computer as USB drive D. And I go over here and it's in a DCM. Then I figure what day I want, let's say the 26th. And then I double click this and it gives me a video. Down here it's telling me it's converting the video. So this happens to be a video we shot down in the Hanson room. Let me just play for a while.
Test.
This happens to be
Thursday, March 26th.
This has to be John Meneghini practicing what the video is going to look like when he works with Priscilla. So how to edit this is, first of all videos we want to have the volume well. So if you press on this blue area here, that's the video clip we're using, and you press edit, you go over to video volume and there's a scroll bar. I bring the video up all the way unless it's a really good musical performance that already has tons of volume. Any speaking volume videos that we're using right now, I put up the volume higher. Okay, we're done with that. So then go back to home. Home is your basic area. I want to add a title page. So I press on this with this arrow to the beginning. I go up to title and it gives me a black area that fills up some time. And you see it says My Movie. I press into the box here with my clicker and I put in, I'm going to put it in John's Video by John Meneghini. Took me a long time to learn John's name. All right, so it's not in the center, so I hold it over and I center it. I can highlight it and then go up here and change the font to bigger, smaller, and I can change the font type as well. I can make it larger. I can't change individual things, meaning I can't just highlight John's Video and do italicized. It always does the whole thing in the box. That's one of the downside of this. So I click out of it. It went blank, but not really. It's at the beginning. I press play, and there it is. It comes up as a slow fade in and fade out, and then starts the video. Now, if you want to change that right there, how it works, you go to Format, and these are all the different types of formats. I would say if you go to this this arrow right here and press the all bottom, it shows you what type you can use. If it's fade, if it's zoom in. If you hold over it, it will show you what it will do to the title page. So I'm just going to press none here for a second. So I'm back to the beginning. I just press that and it's just going to come up right away. And that's your basic title. And it will jump right over to the video. That's the only downside of that. You can play around with different animations. That's okay. Here's another thing. Let's click on this again. Let's say I don't want it to be so long, intro. I don't use this right here. Instead, I go to edit, and edit gives me duration. So if I want this to be shorter, let's say 5 seconds or 4 seconds, I click on 4, and then I press play. So it's 4 seconds, and then it will go. All right, so let's say we do that, and then at the end of it, I want to show our Glacier Hills photo. So what I do is I click in that last box, then I go over to Home, I do Add Photos and Videos, I go to My Pictures, then I scroll down to Logo. I'll just do Logo, press Open, and there it is there. It dropped in the logo, and it will play with no music. Let's say I want to make that shorter. Well, how do you do that? You go back to your edit, see your duration, press it 4, and then it shortens it. So once again, press play. That's 4 seconds. Then there's John's Video.
Test.
So one of the big things about videoing is that we shoot more video than we need because we know we can edit it later. So I'm going to go back here and use my arrow, my cursor, to press the beginning here. And I'm also going to go up to edit, make sure it's edit here. When I'm in edit, I can split it and I can trim it. The easiest thing for me is to hit pause where I want to split it. So let's hit play. And John's talking.
Today's Thursday, March 26th.
All right, John, thanks. So I press pause there. Let's say I don't want that part in the video. I pressed pause and this rolling cursor is right here. So I go up to the split button, I click it, and that split that video from that, not really, but just for editing. So that means I can press this, the part I don't want, and it highlights it, we press it, and then click with your left button, with your right button, excuse me, and it will say remove. And remove, and guess what, it's gone. So I've edited out a part I didn't like or didn't want. So once again we start John's video by John Menegini.
2020 we are.
So he's doing that. So that's how you edit. So now let's say you don't want to edit anymore, but you want to add a video at the end of this. So I try to press the last box, I go back to home, I press add videos. Let's say there's a second part of that video. I go back to my USB drive, I go back to the day he did it, or I go to another day. Let's say I pick another video. And I press open. That's going to drop the new video right here before the title. See, there's the new video. And it will go seamlessly between one and the other.
Let's see.
All right, so it goes seamlessly from one to another. Some people like to do transitions, and you press that right there to the middle, and you can go over here to animations, and you can apply them. And these are swipes, or see how that works? It gives you samples of swipes or fade. That's no transition. If you hold over it, it will tell you what kind of transition it is. Once again, you can go down and look. Here's one of my favorites. It's just a fade. It's a fade in and out. So here we go. We started off with a title that we got from going to our home page and title. Then we go over to John's video where he's talking.
We are at Glacier Hills.
If it was a speaking one, we want to make sure that the sound is up, so we go edit, video volume, and sure enough, it's all the way over there. The one thing is, for every block that you do a volume, you have to make sure the volume's over here as well. Let's keep playing, I'll show you.
Test.
Here comes our transition.
Let's see. Testing one.
All right, so that transition happened nicely, and in this block, we get to see what the video volume is. So we go back to the left corner. It's not high like the other one. We want it the same. I move it over there, and let's go over here, and we'll show.
Let's see. Testing 1, 2, 1.
See, the volume's now up to the same level. And there you go. There you have a video, some really basic things. Now, one extra thing if you want to do it is you can do captioning. Go to your home page, go to the thing you want. Here's John. And he's got his back turned to us, but we're going to give him a caption anyway. So hit caption button, and then you go to your main screen, hit enter text. Put in his name. You can't see it very well there, so you put it someplace where it's darker, or you might even put it double up so it's easily seen. I have to correct that O. And then you can see it will go right here as long as I want. I can adjust this. So that's fine. Let's go from the beginning again. John's video by John Menegini. And here we go. See the titles down here.
Glacier Hills.
It's going to fade out in a little bit. And then it's going to transition to the short video I did, and then over to Glacier Hills. And there's your editing, your really basic editing